I got a question for you.
Yep.
All time.
Oh boy.
Favorite wrestler. You cannot say Bobo Brazil.
No. My all-time favorite wrestler. That's a tough one. I like a lot of ones, but I ain't gonna front. My all-time favorite is Shawn Michaels.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
He's on the Mount Rushmore.
Yes, he is. Now, here's a question.
Oh boy.
Johnny B. Bad, African-American hero?
Or Great White Hope.
I'm trying to think who Johnny B. Bad
It's a trick question, my man.
Oh, man.
Trick question. Don't even
That's a
answer.
good question. I was thinking like, because the first now the name just came. I'm like, damn, would that Coco be weird? Coco be weird. That's cool for real.
Nah, but
right.
what?
Coco B. Ware, isn't that his guy?
No, Coco B. Ware's not
That
my
was your
guy.
guy. You said that was the first
Who?
Bob the Goon.
No.
You said Coco Beware was the first Bob the Goon.
No,
Who said
Coco
that?
B. Ware almost put hands and feet on Undertaker.
In real life?
In real
Yeah, he
life.
was too much for it, right?
Yeah. About to beat Undertaker up. Sweet Brown Sugar was
All
about
right.
to beat.
Okay.
That's what they called him. That was his name, Sweet Brown
But I
Sugar.
don't want to hear that.
Wait,
you
Undertaker-
don't have to leave it that.
No, Coco B. Ware's name was Sweet Brown Sugar.
We don't need that though. Why
Well,
do we
if
need that?
that's his name, Sweet Brown Sugar.
It's like a stripper's name, dog.
No.
Well, guess what?
Wait,
And the
how-
man named Sweet Brown Sugar. That's
No,
crazy.
I don't like
Who's
asking
calling
how
him
you
that?
get some of the information you have, so I'm not going to.
Who's calling him
But
that?
that's gonna get
That was his name, Sweet Brown Sugar.
So what man is calling another man that name?
I don't know.
Chase.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Tonight we got a PLE.
Look crazy.
We got a PLE for our WCW alumni. This is the death of one of the greatest WCW wrestlers ever. Supposedly, Bill Goldberg. This is his last match tonight. He'll be facing up tonight against Gunther in the Saturday night main event. And predictions. Do we see the sleeper that put Bob the Goon out and got the belt back on Gunther? Do we see that move tonight to take Goldberg out permanently and stop the streak indefinitely?
What we see is Goldberg. What I see is Goldberg winning the title tonight
That's what I said. With the cash in.
with the cash in.
With the cash
in.
Here you go.
Oh, it's me. I think he squashes Gunther.
Yes.
I think spared than jackknife.
Yes.
I mean, the promo he knocked him out and kind of walked off. So it's like, yeah,
Yeah. So straight up
Over.
squash
yeah,
and move on.
easy money. Yeah, pure dominance.
Pure dominance.
Yeah,
First of all, were you Goldberg fan?
Yeah, Goldberg came through crazy. Like,
Yeah.
when he came-
Goldberg.
that was wild.
Facts.
I remember when he used to come out and it used to look like he was breathing smoke.
Oh yeah, Sitting pyro, yeah.
But that's crazy because I didn't even know Goldberg was still wrestling. That's another question. I didn't know.
Listen.
Why did Goldberg still wrestling?
Listen, he hasn't been. He
hasn't been.
hasn't been for what? I'm gonna say 2 years, a year or two.
No, more than that.
Because his last match was in Saudi Arabia. I want to say
Yeah, who's it against?
he fought Bobby Lashley.
He
Right.
did fight Bobby
That was
Lashley.
his last match. 2 years ago. I want to say.
No, that was like maybe 4 years ago, 3 years ago.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
here you go.
so my problem with this thing, right?
What thing? This
The
match?
whole Goldberg
Okay.
and whatnot is we all see the writing on the wall squash, right?
Word.
I would like to see the reverse because why give Gunther the belt? We know why they gave him the belt, but why give him the belt only to get squashed by a 52-year-old man, right? It's awful.
Well, if they're gonna give the belt to Seth Rollins tonight for a cash in, I feel like it's easier to get squashed and explain getting squashed by Goldberg and then losing the belt than Bob the Goon to just lose the belt from a squash from Goldberg.
But
Right?
then it makes Gunther look weaker Because if it's a squash and Seth Rollins comes in and doesn't get squashed himself by a fresh Goldberg, right?
But why would Goldberg still be there?
Celebrating, doing all that
Okay.
stuff.
But he comes in with the two big bag wolves and him,
Exactly.
and they jump him.
And it's poetic justice. He's gonna get finished with Braun Breaker's spear.
Yeah.
Pass another torch.
Yep.
And so then he runs all the way around, does a 360 around the ring. Braun Breaker's go-to move is the spear of all spears, and he God spears Goldberg into retirement.
Is that the dude who spear Speed?
I saw
Yeah.
Yep.
The spear heard all around the world.
Yep.
So I seen a video, a clip where Undertaker was doing some type of pod and was talking to him. I don't know.
Oh yeah, I just talked about that.
So he was talking about how he like that was the greatest spear. He got the greatest move to do it. Yeah, I feel like that was kind of crazy. When I first heard it, I just was like, yeah, that shit no
Yeah,
Goldberg.
it
What are you
kind of
talking
writes
about?
itself. Yeah.
I mean, I seen it. I'm not really familiar with all his moves, but I'm just like, I think when you think of spear, like Goldberg is the,
That's the first guy to do it.
the first guy to do it. Is it better though? Is Braun Breaker's better?
It's way better.
It's
Momentum.
way
Momentum.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
because
way better.
he gathers up like
So much
super
speed.
saiyan speed and just like
And jumps.
and jumps while he does it.
And even Goldberg recently said that he agrees with Undertaker that Braun Breaker should be the only one using that.
Yeah, and Undertaker in that interview, Undertaker said we think that should be the only spear no one else should do.
Yeah.
And so I mean, this guy's getting like
Everybody else's spear is
a ring
disrespectful.
circumference head start on a spear, and then when he hits you, you're basically doing a backflip in the air.
Yeah.
So there's other people who have iterations of the spear right now.
Yeah, there's about
Yeah.
several,
Yeah.
several
About
different
A
versions.
good 20.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
pretty
Still
much.
all
Pretty
wrestling?
much. Yeah.
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 Good 20.
Yeah.
You got Bobby Lashley, you got Edge, you got Christian at one point, you got Jey Uso, you got Roman Reigns,
Charlotte Flair uses it from time
Oh,
to
yeah.
time.
Charlotte Flair,
You got Moose.
Moose.
Yeah, you can just keep going. There's a ton.
You could name a ton of people who use the spear, and it's like the super kick.
Those
Well, let me
two.
ask you this: is it like? I wish I had context to see him more action outside of the one spear I seen him put on Speed. But like he catching people going from rope to rope. Like
Man,
that's how he's catching people.
He
It's
caught.
like,
He caught. What's the dude that you guys love?
Penta.
Penza.
He caught Penta 2 weeks ago on Raw, mid-ear,
Yeah,
and he bounced off of both ropes and came and hit, and the whole crowd just went crazy.
they showed a sideways video of him running down the aisle and spearing somebody, and he jumped and he caught some air and speared that person.
Ludwig Kaiser.
Yeah.
Is that the overhead view
Yeah.
when it showed it from
Even the
the
dude that
ramp? It
eats the apple.
was beautiful.
Yeah,
And when he hit him
Carlito.
coming down, he
Yeah.
did a backflip in the air.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah, it's
Yeah,
nuts.
just intensity.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
he's
I mean-
Scott Steiner's nephew.
Yeah. Steiner brother.
Oh,
Yeah, he looks just like his uncle, but yeah.
So you were saying you don't like this whole thing.
So I get it. It makes sense.
Mhm.
Not disagreeing with you guys. What I'm tired of, and I feel what WWE is missing, is a true blue star.
A true
Right? Blue star. Right? We're talking about somebody whose prime was coming up on 30 years.
Right.
30 years.
Cool.
Goldberg.
Yeah, but we're retiring him. This is his last.
I
match.
get
It's
you.
already been announced, so it's
Right.
not like there's a future with him.
I totally get you. But think about the biggest matches of the last 10, 15 years. Goldberg, Undertaker, Triple H, Shawn Michaels,
What do you mean? Biggest matches?
the star power. John Cena, Batista, right?
Yeah, but all these stars are like on their last matches, going out.
I
John Cena's on his last run. Batista did his last match. Triple H did his last match.
I
These are we're putting them to sleep.
I totally understand and I hear you. My point is this. These guys are still bigger stars than everybody in WWE currently.
Right.
All right? And WWE has done a piss poor job of building bigger stars outside of Roman Reigns.
So I'm gonna play devil's advocate. Something that you always say.
Mm-hmm.
it's not what they show us on TV. It's what the wrestlers are doing behind the scenes. It's them not putting the work into the character, not putting the effort into the screen. It's not always the storytelling, right? It's the person that's supposed to be telling the actual story. So which one is it?
So I agree with you on that, and that goes to my second point that, which I'll allude on later. Vince was right about a lot of stuff, right? Vince was right about a lot of these guys because a lot of these guys, even though they're on the big screen and in the big time, are not primetime players. They're not that guy because they have not grabbed the brass ring, right? Even though Coco Beware was cooning, right, doing this, still a bigger star than a lot of these guys.
All right, so in all fairness, the 4 biggest names in WWE wrestling, right?
Currently, yes.
Seth Rollins,
Yes.
Roman Reigns, CM Punk, and
Cody Rhodes. You can even add Drew McIntyre.
We all agree on this?
I would even put Randy in there. Randy's up there too.
I said the 4 biggest, so he would probably be number 5.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Say what the 4? One more time.
The 4?
Yeah.
Seth Rollins, CM Punk, Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
4 biggest.
I would tie him with Seth Rollins, to be honest with you. Randy.
Okay.
Randy Orton.
So you would tie him in 4th?
Yes.
So then he's
tie him in 4th.
because the tiebreaker is that he has the money in the bank.
Yeah, that's it.
So
I agree with that.
The fact that those guys are the top wrestlers is somebody who, like, you know, like, I'm not as into it as now, you know, like I used to be growing up. But, like, Cody Rhodes, like, just to be hitting your mark 20 years later, like, when I stopped watching wrestling on a regular basis, like, he was
Stardust.
before Stardust.
Oh,
He was
Cody Rhodes.
he was dashing.
He was dashing Rhodes.
Cody Rhodes.
That's to your point.
I'm just like, for him to be, I don't make sense to me. Like, I'm looking at like how is he this type of wrestler there?
But be more. Here's the argument I'll make for that, right? And I said this last week. Bret Hart. Bret Hart didn't pop until 90-something, but he was in WWE in the early 80s.
He was there like before WrestleMania 1.
Yeah.
So
He was a part of WWF.
like, to say that, like, WWE is, if you have time there, you're gonna get money, right? Cody Rhodes had to leave and come back. That's where his shine happened. But he's still pales in comparison to any number of guys that we could go from the Attitude Era or before that.
And that's all. That's more what I'm saying. I'm just saying, like, even when I tune in and I'm seeing it, I seen his run with The Rock. Something happened with The Rock a little bit while
That
back.
was 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
Damn.
That's been that long.
It's been a while.
But then something just come up where he was supposed to fight John Cena or something like that, and he like lost the belt.
That was his last WrestleMania.
Yeah.
That was the last
This
WrestleMania.
was April.
So
Yeah.
I don't know. It just
Oh,
I
we
feel like
forgot
they
John
reaching today
Cena.
a little bit. I feel like they
We
reaching
brought
for
up
stars.
John
Okay.
Yeah, we feel
I feel like they were like they reaching for stars, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, half these stars that we're talking about, even if you want to throw in John Cena and Randy Orton, they're retiring soon too.
Yes.
Right? So it kind of leads into my next question is like the fans are kind of influencing the culture at this point. Is that good or bad for us? What do you think?
Damn. I think it's been bad. I mean, the fans have always been there. I think I don't know if there's so many people to like now. Before, when we were growing up, I think it was more intimate. You can connect with a character. Now it's too many characters to connect with. So it's like you kind of get lost in having multiple favorite, just like niggas have multiple favorite teams now in basketball, right? I think you just have a plethora of talent that's on the roster that are really good, and you can't choose just one person to follow. And I think that's what's wrong with it. Like, if they kind of condensed the roster and made it more intimate again, I think they'll have a better chance of, like, connecting with the fans again and not being a money grab.
Cool.
I think that's a catch-22. I'll get to that when it's my turn.
Go ahead. Fans influence good or bad?
I think it's a negative aspect, right?
You know what? Yeah. You think it's more negative than positive?
It's way more negative than positive.
Okay.
Right? Think about Cesaro. Right? Prime example. Everybody loved Cesaro. Everybody thought Cesaro was great in the ring, right? But he leaves WWE. He's in the same position that he was in WWE in AEW, which means that Vince was right. The fans could have hijacked the show and said, okay, we'll push Cesaro to the moon, right? It would have hit like a wet fart, stunk the whole place up. Now we have different people like a Daniel Bryan, who's an outlier, right? He had the charisma, or he at least grew the charisma to do something, right? But if we talk about somebody who's a fan favorite, think about the last couple of guys who are fan favorites that the fans wanted to push, that when they got their run, to your point, talking about it's up to the wrestler to run and take the ball and go, that these guys will fall flat on their faces.
But that's what I'm saying. They're not developing talent though. That's what I'm saying as well.
But it's
because it's such a large roster.
Don't be afraid to say a name. So
Yeah.
you talk about Jey Uso.
Jey Uso is one of those guys.
Because everybody wanted Jey to get the belt. He had the greatest entrance
Yeah.
in wrestling right now. He still does. And so they gave him the belt, and they took it away.
Well, 51 days.
2 months later? Not even.
Yeah.
51
Not
days.
even 2 months.
He had a moment. He had a moment, right?
Is that good? How can you get behind that?
The thing is, you can't really get behind that because Jay only had maybe a year as a singles wrestler. One. Right? He didn't cut his teeth like a Shawn Michaels, who came from a tag team and ran. Or a Booker T came from a tag team and cut his teeth as a singles wrestler to learn.
So why not lose at WrestleMania to drag it out?
He should have lost. He shouldn't even have been in the match.
Why not be in the match? I don't care about being in the match.
He shouldn't have been in the match.
The connection of it.
Sammy should have been. Sammy was a better fit, in my opinion, and I could be wrong. He was a better fit, right? Because he beat Gunther the year before, right? The story wrote itself, right? Sammy, I'm going for the big one, and if Gunther beat him, right? Okay, it's a better match. And Sammy and Gunther having a great match, you know it's going to happen. Sammy, Gunther, and Jey Uso having a great match? Nah. Right? Like,
but again, to the point of the topic of the conversation, it gave the fans what they wanted.
Which is true, but sometimes the fans are not right in that decision. You could give the fans what they want, but they don't have to leave happy. Right?
WrestleMania?
Booker T they wanted Booker T to beat Triple H, and Booker T did not beat Triple H, and that was the right decision. Right? He could I'm talking about Booker T winning. That was the right decision.
Yes.
Right?
And
but other decisions, i.e. Hulk Hogan beating Bret Hart,
cashing in the Money in the Bank.
Cashing in the Money in the
Fake
Bank.
ass Money in the Bank, dog.
Right?
Fake ass Money in the Bank.
For a cheap pop.
WrestleMania 9.
Right? Wrong decision. You get what I'm saying? Regardless, sometimes the fans should not be able to dictate what happens. Sometimes they should.
What do you think?
I just want to know what you guys think about, like, because I heard your point DJ in terms of like the roster being much bigger, but I think that might be like it feels much bigger because they have more access to the access, like in terms of just like, you know, how they're able to connect and get off and get on wrestlers. Opposed, I just think like the heyday, right? Like we had to wait to have any access to them. We had to wait till Monday. We had to wait till
So you're talking more like the dynamics of social media.
Yeah, the social media technology,
and all the TV shows and everything.
YouTube, and different ways to connect and see. Right? I think they just.
You think they're doing it that way?
I think that the fans have more access and it allows them to get turned off and turned on very quickly with different wrestlers, which is having a hard time. I think the WWE is probably having a hard time, you know, developing those stories of those characters because the fans is off of it. You know
when you have
they want to see certain
a
things.
roster of 250 wrestlers plus, we're not even talking about TNA, we're not talking about Evolve, you're talking about WWE and NXT, right? Plus special guests. And I've said this to you for a minute.
Oh, wow.
The roster is incredibly bloated. People need to be gone because it, like to DJ's point, you don't get to connect to these people, right? And it's even worse now because you see somebody that you might like every 2 weeks instead of every week, so you can follow their story. Now you gotta see if you can follow them on Instagram. The reason that Karrion Kross is buzzing is because he's shooting and paying for his own promos.
Oh, that's what they're doing now?
Yeah, that's what Karrion Kross is doing.
Okay, so but this is the argument on the other side, right?
Mm-hmm.
We can say that they have a bloated roster, but if we go back 30 years to the wrestlers that we watched growing up, more than half of them are dead.
True.
Which is true.
They wrestled probably eight days a week.
Yeah.
Were constantly on the road.
Drug
Alcohol
abuse.
abuse, drug abuse, everything just to get in the ring. It was a different culture.
Definitely
And it
different
led
culture.
to a lot of people's demise.
Yes.
A lot of family demise. And I think that Vince and others in the business saw that and said, we got to do something to stop this chain, because I mean, we could probably sit here between all of us and name 30 dead wrestlers that we watch.
Oh, facts.
And so easy,
But
without even using Wikipedia or Google.
the thing about
So
it is,
if you're on television, and I get your point, like, hey, like, we can still develop these stories. They don't have to be in the ring every week.
Mhm.
And there still might be too many people, but it's safer, it feels like this way, right?
Here's the deal, right? House shows. Let's think about house shows, right? House shows are going away. They've limited and cut back on house shows, right? In the last, since Benoit, right? Benoit and the latest drug scandal, right? Where all these wrestlers were having heart attacks and whatnot, right? WWE submitted a wellness policy. That's why you see Triple H before the wellness policy, he's jacked up. Edge before the wellness policy, jacked up. After, they're slimmer, they're more defined, not as cut, but they're there because you could tell
More natural look.
more natural look, right? You could tell that they took that into effect, but they still had the same amount of shows throughout the year. They work 300 days a year still, right? So I agree with you on lifestyle, different culture, right? What I don't agree with you on is that we need all these people. We don't, right? You don't need all these people, especially if they're just sitting on the roster not doing nothing, right? Some of them are jobbers. I get you. But when you have the Latin lovers, if they're even still signed, which I think they're still signed, those Spanish dudes, they were the Latin lovers at one point. Then they became something. They were with.
You're talking about DJ's favorite tag team, Pretty Deadly?
Even
that.
Pretty Deadly. If we
Trash.
talk about Pretty Deadly,
Trash.
right? They're still signed,
Big trash.
right?
Like why?
Santos Escobar's henchmen, still signed. They've been signed for years.
That's because they just got AAA, so they're definitely going to be utilized for that aspect.
I get you, right? But not to mention AAA, right? You have so much media to ingest, but you have too many people where you can't build a connection with the fans for them to get over. That's a problem, right? And just because you see somebody do a flippy dippy or have a great entrance does not make them great. What made Goldberg great, he had a great entrance, but he had intensity that nobody had outside of Ultimate Warrior. And he looked legit unlike Ultimate Warrior. That is the difference, right?
But not to
Goldberg
cut
ain't
off.
have to talk.
Facts.
But not to cut off your wisdom, though, to get back to the question, I think it's a good thing that the fans have a lot of impact. Because two superstars recently, R-Truth and Jacob Fatu. R-Truth was damn near fired. The fans brought him back. Jacob Fatu, everybody wants to see him win and look at his position. He's somebody that's putting in the work. And
All
clearly
gas,
see
no break.
All gas, no break.
All ass, no breaks. All ass, no breaks.
All
You said it. He said all ass, no breaks.
I never said that.
You
We gonna go back.
wouldn't go all ass, no breaks on Jacob Fatu if you had a
All
chance.
gas, no
Crazy.
breaks. I never said that.
Crazy.
That is diabolical.
Wow.
That is crazy.
point.
Good point. That is
That's the
all
fans,
that's so rich.
Jacob Fatu
Crazy.
and R-Truth. Come on, that's the fans. That's the fans.
That is the finish.
That's the
Jacob
fans
Fatu
on-
definitely
But here's the
You
difference
just
with
gotta put in
Jacob.
the work.
Jacob is a star regardless. And he was going to be a star regardless.
That's not always true.
Even with Solo, right?
What do you mean stop? How many people were supposed to be stars? And
Who? Name was supposed to be star.
Exactly.
supposed to be star in the WWE?
The kid that Vince McMahon was all over.
Kid Theory?
Austin Theory?
Austin Theory, whatever his name is.
Austin Theory, perfect.
I never watched him, so I don't know.
What?
He was supposed to be their guy.
Yeah, Paul.
That
Paul
was the guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
we answered your question, Chase.
I think if given the chance, because he has the physical talents, right? If given the chance, because even
He
if
has
we
the
look
money in the
at
bank.
Drew McIntyre, right?
Another
That's
good
a
point.
Drew McIntyre, right? Vince's chosen one when he first got there.
Matter of fact, he just lost tonight to Randy as well.
Yeah, I get you. Vince's chosen one, right? Left, came back, was that guy.
The original Cody Rhodes route?
Yeah. The original Cody Rhodes and held WWE together during the pandemic, right? Austin Theory, I think it was too soon to push that guy, right? Too soon to push him like that. You know, like he's the next guy because he wasn't ready. We could see he wasn't ready, you know? All right? And I'll give you that.
All right, so final thoughts, right? Fans influence, thumbs up, thumbs down. We'll start with you. 2 thumbs up. 1, what is that? The fuck is that?
Indecisive. though.
He's
No,
in
no,
between.
no. You gotta choose.
Yeah, you gotta choose.
I'll say that.
Thumb down.
Yeah, I'm gonna go up because at the end of the day, they the ones who pay the bills and they're the ones who watch the show and make it viable. So
So
I'm
if it's
gonna go
bad,
up.
blame it on the fans.
Remember, Money in the Bank was full of the arena, so
Yeah, that's true. And we're going double thumbs down for you.
So I'll give it a thumbs down. Some points, it's good. It makes sense. Daniel Bryan, R-Truth, Stone Cold, makes sense. Right? Other times, does not make sense. Just because you
Thumbs up or thumbs up?
thumbs down. Thumbs down.
What about you?
So,
Here's a
a
question
little
real
bit
quick.
different. Yeah, what's up?
Speaking of I just want to know how you guys think of like people who were supposed to make it. Or what about people who weren't supposed to make it that didn't make it? Because I feel like
Listen now, we're trying to get interviews here.
I feel like Triple H one of those dudes.
Really?
Like
You think he wasn't supposed to make it, but
I
he
just
did?
think like he was kind of hurt. It wasn't like I'm like he came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Like,
He wasn't supposed to
You
make
talking
it.
about when he had the perfume that he
Yeah.
was just spraying
Yeah,
people?
perfume. We had the
The ponytail.
Even
and
the-
the-
and all that?
whatever the fuck that shit is.
glasses, but
The
he
curse
just
years and shit, yeah.
he looked like what the
He was
But that's also a result of like what's happening backstage. He just happened to link up with
He
Kevin
linked
Nash,
up
Shawn
with-
Michaels, and from there it was
The click.
it
He
was
linked
the
up with the right people,
At
learned
the
from
right
the right
time.
people, right? And was very vocal and was not scared of the boss, right?
Exactly.
Same thing with The Rock, same thing with Stone Cold, right? The issue is with
I don't think you
These-
would see The Rock. Not to mention with Rock is probably another one. I didn't see.
Yeah, I didn't
No
see
one
that
seen
coming.
this.
Like, that-
I'm not.
to me that
but they pushed him to the
Yeah, they
moon.
pushed him
But you
immediately.
see-
They pushed him
Wow.
immediately. I remember
It's
when
having
Rocky
a
line
Roman Reigns
Yeah.
effect with The Rock
Yeah.
because they were pushing him on us
Yeah.
a little too much.
You think so?
Yeah.
Yes,
So,
DJ,
Yeah.
they were giving him the IC
I know.
title. They were booing
So
him.
they
And they
started
had to make
booing
him part of the
him.
nation.
And
Yeah.
then they
Yeah.
threw him in the nation, and that changed everything.
And it was
so Rocky
reversed.
Maivia was being pushed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was being okay.
It was
Yeah, I
too. It
didn't- I
was too
didn't
much
see
of
it.
a.
And then they threw him in the nation with D'Lo Brown and
That's when they changed. I remember that.
and then that he was actually the catalyst that started to like change the nation.
Because he wasn't wearing the movies and all that.
Yeah,
He was
he was kind of like the outsider, but like everybody's like, it's pretty cool that he's over there.
The nation was when his transition to.
Yeah, he became
Yeah.
bigger than the nation. That was when he broke
A
out.
no-brainer, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
I mean, yeah. My fault.
And then even with The Rock, Stone Cold, and Triple H tied together,
Yeah.
right? Tied together. Their whole careers tied together. And those are 3 guys. One guy was supposed to be that guy, which is The Rock, right? Stone Cold was just supposed to come in and be like Who? Arn Anderson. That's the truth, right? And then who's the last guy?
Exactly.
But that's who he's supposed to be. But okay, wait.
I'm glad. Hold on.
Exactly.
I'm glad you Nemo identified that. Just so you know, that's Chase's favorite wrestler. So Arn Anderson does get thrown into some shit sometimes, unfairly.
Exactly.
Unfairly, unnecessarily. But go ahead, Chase, finish up.
Okay. Wait. So, B-More, let me ask you a question. Were you checking for the Ringmaster?
Who, the Arn Anderson?
No, that's Stone Cold.
In
Who's the
WCW.
Ringmaster?
Yeah.
Before he became so cold.
Oh, Ringmaster. Nah.
You wasn't checking for it? Were you checking for the Ringmaster?
Yeah.
Okay, but be more. Were you checking for Arn Anderson?
Nah, but I respect Arn Anderson though.
Triple H knew he had to be the villain to the protagonist.
Yes.
So he recognized that early.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's like if they're over here, I could be the
Look how long it took Roman Reigns to turn heel.
Forever.
Yeah.
What was I'm fascinated by this Triple H thing because I feel like before he got with DX, he became something, but that's not the case.
No, he
Became something with DX.
He was
Bernard Schweitzer and Hunter versus
Right.
No.
They were like the money team.
No, that was Ted DiBiase
Okay.
in IRS.
Wait, was it?
He was Hunter.
It was just Hunter
but
and
he
Sable.
had
Hunter and Sable.
And then
he was slowly transitioning into what
Triple
he
H
did. Yeah.
before he came to Triple
No,
H.
but the thing is, Hunter was already in his push because of the
curtain call.
The curtain
But he
call.
also said
His push got
Yeah.
it got stalled.
Oh,
he was supposed to win
He
the
was
King of the
already
Ring.
on the up and up.
He was supposed to win the King of the Ring.
Yeah.
But Stone Cold won with Bret Hart.
Yeah.
And
Because
he
of
wrote
that.
promo, and the rest is history there.
Yeah, but
Jake
had
the
the
Snake,
curtain
buddy.
call not happened, Triple H would have.
Yeah.
Hunter would have.
What you say, Chase?
Jake the Snake, not Bret Hart.
Yeah.
What about it?
Yeah, the King of the Ring.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, true.
So, some guys are destined to make it, but to Steve's point, you have to grab your chance, the brass ring, when it's your turn. And if you don't, guess what? You have missed your opportunity. I don't care how talented you are, how good your entrance is, how much they like you. Fandango. People were singing Fandango's thing, his theme, and dancing to it. He was over because of his entrance. Trash. Big trash.
Shout out to Fandango. So
That's not the movie yet?
So we're gonna no, it's not the movie yet. Wait,
It is the
movie. Oh shit, it is the movie yet. Damn, that's what happened to Fandango?
No, Fandango came out before the
That's
rest.
crazy.
Somebody owes somebody some money. Damn.
Dirty Dango.
So we're in a transition, right?
Yeah.
I have a question for you guys. I was going through the nostalgia, and I know tonight is like the main event is Gunther, and his go-to move is the sleeper. And they've been putting the sleeper over heavy this year. He's putting everybody out, but he's not even using his power bomb anymore.
He should be using that power bomb.
Right, but he's putting people to sleep. That's his thing. People going to sleep this year, right? So in the current session of submissions right now, I was wondering, like, what would you consider the greatest submission of all time? So I went through a list. There's a lot. And I'm going to throw some out there because there was actually more than I actually expected.
That's good.
If you had to choose one, right? So we know we got the calf crusher or calf